Historically, any Westerner who thinks of Africa immediately begins to recall scenes they have seen on television. Most of these are, of course, scenes of wild animals prowling the plains, fields, and grasslands, but also that of strange stories of terrifying beasts whose existence is beyond any logic or reason. It is precisely around these small findings that media attention has been focused on recently. The reason? You probably won't believe it, but a team of cryptozoologists has found a creature that came straight out of a medieval fantasy book. It is the mythical dragon of Africa, a mysterious species never seen before, and if you stick around for this one, you too can meet it. Finding a wild beast is no easy task. At least this is what has been written by researchers, cryptozoologists, and adventurers who have ventured to Africa since the beginning of the 20th century. Each expedition involved a myriad of problems and unmanageable complexities. From obtaining information from the local natives, protecting themselves from the wild animals and flora of grasslands and jungles, to encountering life-threatening killing creatures that endangered the lives of the entire team, every step in Africa is a task of survival. Still, the team of British cryptozoologists at the Center of Forensic Zoology dared to follow the rumor of a strange unknown creature. They recently released a film documenting their expedition through the swamps and jungles of West Africa, and the result is truly amazing. The team consisted of 6 veterans in the area. Each was a specialist in their area and had visited Africa on at least 1 or 2 occasions. However, only one of them had explored the secrets of the Gambia and Senegal, the places where it was rumored that the den of Ninki Nanka, the African dragon, was located. The mission was extremely dangerous, at least according to what they were told, but in the summer of 2006, the group dared to explore the area as they were determined to solve that daunting mystery. As they got closer to the site, the locals on the borders between Gambia and Senegal did not stop talking about the creature. Many were convinced of its existence, although a few believed it to be more of a legend. Even so, both groups agreed on one point: if the Ninki Nanka did exist, it was certainly a terrible monster. In the Gambia, the team was welcomed by a guide who told them all the information the city had to offer. Apparently, Ninki Nanka was an enigmatic beast capable of murdering any man who dared look at it directly into the eyes. The creature was also described by the locals as a gigantic snake with a multicolored crest and a giant jaw full of sharp, yellowish teeth. According to accounts, since the first sighting, a large number of men were listed as missing, and in some cases, half-eaten corpses were found in the swamp where locals believed the creature was living. Such was the fear of the natives of the area that many had not dared to approach the zone for months. Many families had also begun to abandon their villages, and those who dared to look for the creature to hunt it had returned terrified and in absolute fear. Each of these cases surprised Richard Freeman, the director of the Forensic Zoology Center, but that didn't stop him. In fact, the team split up and took testimony from a dozen individuals and families. In every case, the villagers claimed to have at least one acquaintance who had seen the creature, and in 1 in 5 families claimed to have lost a relative to the creature. In addition, they were able to interview one of the few survivors of the African dragon. He was a man of at least 40 years of age, who had strange wounds and limped on one leg. He attributed both ailments to the African dragon and described it as a monstrous snake with a horse's head and crest. In his experience, it usually lived in the swamp, hiding in the grasses. The researchers decided to conduct an experiment and showed him a series of images to try to identify the one that best matched the creature he had encountered. First, they showed him an apatosaurus, then a Komodo dragon. Next, they presented him with a Nile lizard and a Chinese dragon. The man denied each time until he saw the Chinese dragon, which was the most similar creature to the Ninki Nanka. Following the trail to catch the strange dragon, the team went deep into the swamp, probed the paths where the abnormal activity had occurred, and set a series of elaborate traps, but nothing worked. The dragon simply did not respond to the call of the strangers, almost as if it knew they were looking for it. In the midst of their hunt, the team managed to come across guards on a country road. The men claimed that the Ninki Nanka was responsible for a car accident, as it had emerged in the middle of the road, causing a profound fright to the drivers. The investigators did not believe the story, but surprisingly, the guards knew an ancient song that supposedly kept the monster at bay. The melody was in the local language and had a lullaby sound. It was unlikely to calm a wild beast, but to the zoological team's surprise, the guards provided an African dragon scale for examination. The search continued for a couple months. The team interviewed everyone they could, tested the scale, the swamp water, and even the feces left in the area by local animals, but found not a single sign of the African dragon. The beast disappeared or simply never existed. Was it just a rumor? The researchers had to return home, convinced that the creature simply did not exist. Even so, the documentary they made shows a deep conviction on the part of the local inhabitants. The fear of these men and women is real, even if no one can explain what is really causing it. Nor are the mysterious accidents, disappearances, or corpses explained. The mystery remains open even today, and although the British mission to discover the African dragon has failed, people in these countries are convinced that the creature is in the area, waiting for any clueless person to get close enough to lose their life. Of course, this is not the only story of unexplained beast prowling the most desolate wastelands of our planet. There have been a myriad of creatures that have been discovered over the last 100 years that you can discover if you decide to join us in a journey to unravel their enigmas. Are you ready to meet them? Then follow us through the following videos and get ready to be amazed.